Hello everyone. This video session is about the topics in the subject Logic System Design for S3 students under KTU. I am Jinsi J. Fernandez, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science and Engineering from Rajagiri School of Engineering and Technology. In this session we will see the number system conversions. Digital systems often convert from one number system to another during information processing. Usually binary numbers are used by digital electronics due to circuit simplicity. Also, octal and hexadecimal number systems were developed to facilitate human understanding of long binary numbers. So in this session we will see how to convert a number from one number system to another. In the previous session, I have already mentioned there are four main number systems: decimal, binary, octal and hexadecimal. Okay, so first is decimal to binary conversion. So the input will be a decimal number. We have to convert this to binary. Decimal number have base 10, binary number have base 2. Okay, so the conversion is done by dividing the number and all successive quotients by 2 and we accumulate the reminders. Okay, we can see one example. Let 59, a decimal number, is converting to equivalent binary. So 59, we divide it by 2. Okay, we divide it by 2. The number and all successive quotients are divided by 2. Okay, so then we will accumulate the reminders. Okay, so we get 1 as a reminder, then 29. Again, division 2, then 14, the remainder is 1. 2, 7, the remainder is 0. 2, 3 2s are 6, remainder 1. 2, 1, 1. So this is the reminders we get. So the lastly generated one is the most significant digit and this will be the least significant digit. Okay, and we write from most significant digit to least significant digit. So our equivalent binary will be 111011. 011. Okay, so this is the binary equivalent of the decimal number 59. We do division continuously by 2, then we accumulate the reminders from MSD to LSD. Okay, so this number is not having a decimal part, a fraction, the fractional part. Now we can consider a number with decimal point. If the number contains a decimal point, that means if it is having integer part and fractional part, we have to separate it into integer and fractional, then do the process. So for the integer part, the process is we have to divide the number and its successive quotients by 2. Okay, then accumulate the reminders from MSD to LSD. So consider this example 59.75. That means the number is having a fractional part also. For the fractional part, we are not dividing by 2. Instead, we are multiplying the number by 2. Okay, we are multiplying the number by 2. So 0.75 is the fractional part. I am multiplying it by 2. So we get 1.5. Okay, so we take this integer part of the result as bit. Okay, reminder, like reminder in this case. Then the fractional part of the result, that is 0.5. This will undergo successive multiplication. So 0.5 into 2, we get 1.0. Okay, so again the integer part of the result will be considered as a bit. Then the fractional part of the resultant is 0. 0 multiplied by 2 is 0. So we have to repeat this until the result is 0. Okay, here the firstly generated bit will be the most significant digit. The lastly generated will be the least significant digit. Reverse of this integer part analysis. So here 0.75 in decimal we can write it as, okay, so from MST to LSB we will write 1 1 0 1 1 this 0. Okay, so we can write the complete answer as, for the integer part 59 we got the result 111011 point. For the fractional part 0.75 we got 110. So this is the equivalent binary of the decimal number 59.75. Second is the decimal to octal conversion. Okay, here also the procedure is same, but only the difference is here the radix or base is 8. So we divide the number and successive quotients by 8 and accumulate the remainders for the integer part of the number, and for the fractional part we do multiplication of the number by 8. Okay, so suppose the number is not having any decimal point, so we can do successive division by 8. Okay, so we get 106 as the quotient and 4 as the remainder. Again division, 13 as the quotient and 2 as the remainder, then 8, 1 is the quotient and 5 is the remainder. So this will be the MSD, most significant digit. This is the LSD, and we know that we consider from MSD to LSD. So the number 852 in decimal is equivalent to 1524 in octal. Okay. Okay. Second example is if the number is having fractional part, that is 852.513. For the integer part 852, we do the division by the base 8. For the fractional part, we do multiplication by 8. Okay, so 513.513 is the fractional part. It is multiplied by 8. So we get 4.104. And this integer part will be taken as the most significant digit. Then this fractional part is used for the next time multiplication. So 0.104 multiplied with 8, we get 0.832. So 0 is the integer part. So 0 is considered as a bit. Then 832 is the fractional part, multiplied with 8, we get 6.656. So 6 is the bit we need. So this will be continued because it doesn't lead to 0. So we can write up to some n significant figures. So I am considering here 3 significant figures. So the answer will be 1524 representing the integer part of the given decimal number, and for the fractional part it is 406.406. Okay. The third one is decimal to hexadecimal conversion. So hexadecimal means we have 16 possible digits, that is 0 to 9 and the letters A to F. The A to F represents the decimal number 10 to 15 respectively. So similar procedure, but only the difference is here the base is 16. So we have to continuously divide by the base 16 for the integer part, and for the fractional part we have to do successive multiplication by the base 16. Okay, let the example is 479 decimal number. We want to convert it into hexadecimal. Okay, so we divide it by 16. So we get the remainder as 15 and quotient as 29. Then again divide the quotient, this current quotient. Then we get 1 as a quotient and 13 as the remainder. So this 1 becomes the most significant digit and the 15 becomes the least significant digit. So the answer will be 1, 13, 15. Okay, but we will not write like 13 or 15 because in hexadecimal just after 9, okay, after digit 9 we have alphabets A to F to represent the values 10 to 15. Okay, so what is the hexadecimal numeral for 13? For 13 we can use D. D represents 13 and F represents 15. Okay, so 1 DF is the hexadecimal equivalent for the decimal number 479. Okay, next we can consider one fractional part decimal number. Okay, let it be 479.03125. Okay, so the integer part is done by successive division. For the fractional part we have to multiply by 16. Okay, so when this 0.03125 is multiplied by 16 we get 0.5. So we take the integer part as the most significant digit and the fractional part will be taken for the next multiplication. So 0.5 into 16 we get 8. So 8 is taken as the needed digit. Then 0 is the fractional part. 0 into 16 we get 0. So this will be the least significant digit. So we can write 0.03125 which is decimal. It can be written in equivalent hexadecimal form as 0, 8, 0. Okay. So here we can update it as 1DF representing the integer part 479 point. Okay, not 8. Okay, not 80 means not 8. Okay, 16. So far we have seen converting a decimal number to binary, octal and hexadecimal. Next is we can convert a binary number to decimal, octal and hexadecimal. So first is binary to decimal. Okay, so here how it is, how an equivalent decimal is generated from this given binary is we take digits from the number. Okay, that means 1 0 1 0 1. Each digit is multiplied by powers of 10. Okay, each digit is multiplied by powers of 2. Okay, we are converting binary to decimal, so each digit is multiplied by powers of 2. So I have already mentioned in the previous session that we consider the exponents from decimal point. So here it is 0, 1, 2. Okay, that means integer part have positive exponents and fractional part have negative exponents. Okay, so the first digit is 1 and it is multiplied with powers of 2. Its exponent is 2, so we have 2 raised to 2 plus second digit is 0. 0 multiplied with 2 raised to 1 means it's 0 only, so we are not writing that. Okay, so next is the third digit 1 multiplied with its exponent 2 raised to 0. Okay, then for the fractional part, these two represents the integer part. For the fractional part, the exponent starts from -1. Since the first digit is 0, we are not including that because it results in 0 only. So then we consider the next digit in the fractional part, that is 1 multiplied with 2 raised to its exponent -2. So we get 4 plus 2 raised to 0 is 1. Okay, plus 2 raised to minus 2 means 1 by 4. Okay, so we will get the answer as 5.25. Okay, so the equivalent decimal is 5.25. The fifth conversion is binary to octal number. Okay, the procedure is we have to partition the binary number into groups of 3. Okay, this given binary number, we have to partition it into groups of 3. Why we are considering groups of 3 is the highest octal number is 7. Okay, the highest octal number is 7, which needs only 3 bits to represent it. That's why we are grouping it into 3. Okay, and this grouping will be done from this decimal point. Grouping will be done from the decimal point going towards both left and right. And each group represents one single octal digit. Each group represents one single octal digit. Okay, so we can see the example. So starting from this decimal point, I am grouping the first 3 digits. Okay, then this one. Okay, so these are the groups. So I am writing the group 0, 1, 0 is one group, 0, 1, 1, then 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1. These are the 4 groups in this integer part. Similarly, for the fractional part, we have to group from this side. Okay, from the decimal point. So 1, 1, 0 is a group, 1, 0, 1 is another group, 1, 0, 1 is another group. So here we have only 0. So we can make it into a group 0, 0, 0. Okay, so the first step was the given binary number is partitioned into groups of 3 bits. Okay, from the decimal point. Okay, if you are starting from here, okay, from the left end, the answer may not be correct. In this case, it will be correct because the total number of bits here in the integer part is it's 12, and we are grouping it the groups of 3. So we get the correct answer here. If suppose the number of digits is not a multiple of 3, we may not get the correct result if we start from left end. So you have to start from this decimal point. Then after grouping this into groups of 3, we have to write the octal equivalent of each group. 0, 1, 0 means 2, 0, 1, 1 is 3, 1, 1, 0 is 6, 1, 1, 1 is 7. Okay, then dot 1, 1, 0 is 6, 1, 0, 1 is 5, 0, 0, 0 is 0. Okay, so the equivalent octal number is 2367.65. Okay, suppose if there was no 0 here, okay, that means there are only 11 digits here. When we group this, here at this end we have only 0, 1. Okay, at that case we can include 0. Okay, the sixth conversion is binary to hexadecimal. This is also similar to the octal, binary to octal conversion, but the only difference is here we partition this given binary number into groups of 4. Okay, why we need the groups of 4? Because the highest hexadecimal value is F. F represents 15, the decimal number 15, and it needs 4 bits. So we partition this given binary number into groups of 4. Then we write the single hexadecimal digit for each group. Here also we do the partition from the decimal point, but the difference with the octal conversion is here we group it into groups of 4. Okay, if suppose this one, the most significant side, if there is less number of bits, we can include 0. Okay, so 0, 1, 0, 0. Here we have only 3 digits, so I'm including a 0 here because we need group of 4. Then 1, 1, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0, 1. Similarly for the fractional part. Okay, here we have only 2 zeros. We can include 2 more. Okay, so after partitioning it into groups of 4, next we have to write the hexadecimal digit for each group. Okay, 100 represents 4, 1111 represents 15, but we will not write 15 in hexadecimal and we will write the corresponding letter F. 0111 is 7, 1101 is 13, that is D. Decimal point. 0101 is 5. Next is 0. So the answer is 4F70.5. This is the hexadecimal equivalent of the given binary number. Next is the octal to binary conversion. So here we have an input octal number. We have to convert it into binary equivalent binary representation. And the procedure is, we know that every octal digit can be represented by a maximum of 3 bits. Okay, so here by considering that, we find the 3 binary digits of each octal digit. Here we have 7, 3, 5 and 6 as the octal digit. We have to find the equivalent binary digit of each octal digit. So here we know that 7 can be represented in binary as 0, 111. Then 3 can be represented as 0, 1, 1. Okay, oh sorry. This is 4 bits. Okay, 7 can be represented as 111. In 3 bits, 7 can be represented as 3 ones. 0, 1, 1 represents 3. Okay, then 5 was represented as 101 decimal point. 6 can be represented as 110. It's very simple. For each octal digit, we have to find the 3-digit binary equivalent, and that will be the result of this octal to binary conversion. Next one is octal to decimal conversion. Okay, so the given octal number is 217.26. We have to convert it into decimal. So when we convert binary, octal or hexadecimal to decimal, okay, then the process is, it's a multiplication process, that is each digit is multiplied by powers of radix. Okay, when a number system is converted to decimal, the process is each digit is multiplied by powers of its radix. Here the radix means base. So here the radix is 8. So we have to take each digit 2 and it will be multiplied by powers of 8. Okay. And that exponent will be from 0 for the integer part and from -1 for the fractional part. So 2 into, the first digit is 2 multiplied with 8 square. Okay. Plus second digit is 1 multiplied by 8 raised to 1. Plus third digit is 7 multiplied by 8 raised to 0. So these 3 terms represents the integer part of the given octal number. Plus we need to include the fractional part also. The first fractional part digit is 2 multiplied with 8 raised to -1. 8 raised to -1 means 1 by 8. Plus next fractional part digit is 6 multiplied with 8 raised to -2. Okay. So we can write it as 8 square, 64 into 2, 128, plus 8 plus 8 raised to 0 is 1. So 7 multiplied with 8 raised to 0 is 7 plus 2 into 1 by 8, that is 1 by 4.25 plus 6 by 64, and it is 0.09375. So when you add these, you will get 143.34375. Okay, so I will repeat. Whenever a number system is converted to decimal, okay, that number system can be binary, octal or hexadecimal. When we do that, the normal procedure is each digit will be multiplied by powers of radix. Next one is the octal to hexadecimal conversion. So the input will be an octal number. We have to convert it into hexadecimal. Here the procedure is, first step is we have to write the binary equivalent of each octal digit. Here from the given octal number, we have to write the binary of each octal digit. Okay, so for 2, it can be written as 0, 1, 0. For 1, it is 0, 0, 1. Why we are writing, why we are taking 3 bits is every octal number can be represented by a maximum of 3 bits. Then 3 is 0, 1, 1. So we have written the binary equivalent of each octal digit. Okay, that's the first step. Next step is, in order to convert this to hexadecimal, we have to group, we have to make groups of 4. Okay, that we have already seen in binary to hexadecimal conversion. So we will start from this point. Okay, so we have to make groups of 4. Why we need groups of 4? 4 bits are maximum needed for representing a hexadecimal value. Okay, so this is one group. So there will be 3 groups. Okay, sorry, there is a mistake. Group this 4. Okay, this 0 alone. Okay, so in the most significant digit part, if 0 means the result value here, it will be 0. This group value will be 0. Then 1000 means 8. 1011 means actually 11. But we don't write a digit greater than 9 in our hexadecimal. We have alphabets from A to F to represent the hex numerals, representing the decimal 10 to 15. So 1011 means 11 and its equivalent is B. So 213 in octal form, it is equivalent to 8B in hexadecimal form. Next one is hexadecimal to binary conversion. So the input is a hexadecimal value and we have to convert it into binary. So the procedure is, we take each hexadecimal digit, and we know that each hexadecimal digit can be represented by using 4 binary digits. So we take each hexadecimal digit and write the equivalent binary digit, and that will be the result. Result means the binary equivalent of the given hexadecimal number. For 2, the first digit is 2. We can write the binary equivalent of 2 in 4 digits, 4 bits, 0010, representing 2. Okay, then D. Okay, D represents 13. So 1101. Then E represents 14 and its binary equivalent is 1110. And then 5 is 0101 and it is okay. Then for the fractional part also we do the same process. For 6, its equivalent binary is 0110. For A represents the decimal 10 and its binary is 1010. So our binary equivalent of this given hexadecimal is 0010 1101 111 0101 0110 1010. This is the equivalent binary of the given hexadecimal number 2DE5.6a. Next one is hexadecimal to decimal. I have already mentioned that any number system, when converted to decimal, the process is each digit gets multiplied by the powers of the radix. Okay, here the hexadecimal number is 3E.4FC. First digit is 3 multiplied with powers of 16, and that exponent term we will consider from the decimal point. So since we have two digits in the integer part, it will be, the exponents will be 0 and 1. Here it is -1, -2, -3. Okay, so 3 into 16 raised to 1 plus E. E means 14. Decimal equivalent of E is 14 multiplied with 16 raised to 0 plus, we have to consider the fractional part, 4 into 16 raised to -1 plus F corresponds to the decimal 15 into 16 raised to -2 plus C. C corresponds to 12 into 16 raised to -3. Okay, so we will get it as 3 into 16, 48 plus 14 plus 4 into 1 by 16 means it's equivalent to 1 by 4. So 0.25 plus this is 15 by 256, 0.05859 plus 12 into 16 raised to -3 is 0.0029. So the result is 62.31151. Okay, so the equivalent decimal for the given hexadecimal 3E.4FC is 62.31151. Okay, the last conversion is hexadecimal to octal conversion. Consider the example AC.3B. The procedure is, the first step is like we have to write the binary equivalent of each hexadecimal digit. Okay, so A represents 10. So 1010 is the binary equivalent of A. C represents 12 and its binary is 1100. Dot 3 is 0011 and B represents 11, that is 1011. So this is the binary equivalent of the given hexadecimal number. So first step is we have to find the binary equivalent of hexadecimal number. Then we have to group. Okay, as we have done in binary to octal conversion, we have to group this binary to into several groups, and that grouping will start from this decimal point. Since we need octal conversion, we will group it into groups of 3. Okay, here one digit is missing, we can include 0 there. So this will be 4. 101 is 5. Okay, 10 can be written as 010 and it is 254. For the fractional part also we have to group into 3. So 0011, 110 is 6, 11. Here we can include 0, 110 is 6. So for the given hexadecimal number AC.3B, the equivalent octal is 254.166. Okay, so these are the number system conversions. That means I will just conclude it. In digital electronics, we commonly use binary number system. So sometimes we need to convert from one number system to another number system. So we have seen total 12 conversions here. Okay, I hope you all understood this session. Thank you.